Yes, guys, it is what it is. Welcome to Entertainment Splash. It's Nollywood Tuesday, our weekly special for movies, especially for you guys movie buffs. You know we got you covered. Yes, we got all your favorites lined up for you, your favorite actors, movies, and of course, movies to look out for. Basically, all the good stuff that you really like.
All right, the good stuff, right? Okay, all the good stuff. Thanks, guys, for tuning in as usual. You know, to catch all the Nollywood thrills we will be bringing your way this Tuesday afternoon. Now, with so many great movies in the cinema and many more to come, 2019, you know, is already looking yummy for movie lovers.
Yes,
oh my
like
gosh,
me.
like yes, because
like
I think I'm the only one in the world that has not seen like almost all the movies, and
All
I know
the
that
God
even there was a day,
Lionheart.
do you know that there was a day
Talk to
like
me,
that?
I have tickets.
That's
I have tickets for
Can you
movies.
imagine?
this
OJ, you
OJ,
never offered me
this
tickets.
OJ of a human being
Yeah.
was actually sending my pictures to my phone, and then he was sending movie to another person, and then
You entered your phone.
like, oh, but it is anywhere. No, delete. No, I'm like,
Movies? I guess it's on lockdown.
Yahoo boy. That's why they call you Yahoo boy, Abby. Now I see why. Anyway, guys, movie lovers, get in here. The fun just got started, and you know what to do. Connect with us on socials at TVC Connect using the hashtag ENTSplash. Now you can watch us live on www.tvcontinental.tv, and finally you can ring us on the numbers on the screen. My name is Amanda Dara.
of course, my name is Honeypot.
Yeah.
And of course, you already know. This is Roy and this is Planners. I go by the name King OJ.
But you can call him OJ. Hey.
You know what, guys?
You'd never change.
Yeah, time for some entertainment news. Let's just focus.
Okay, so let's get on this already. So Falz insists, I detest transactional sex. Now, with the release of, you know, the lead single, Talk from his just released, well, what do we call that? Moral Instruction. Of course, it is Moral Instruction album. There was a reawakening of criticisms towards lawyer turned rapper Falz, the bad guy. Now, many wondered why it couldn't just keep the focus on politicians and leave sex workers out of the conversation. Goodness! Like, now the lyrics from Talk instead make you work and, you know, you define allergy. You can't turn your body to cash and carry. And like all those things, like I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter talking about why don't you just do it? If you don't like it, that does not mean that other people don't like it. Now, a lot of conversation like that, and Falz's obsession with ladies who have chosen to do what they want to do with their bodies. They actually please to do anything they want to do with their bodies. Now, responding to these criticisms during a question and answer session at the private listening event for his 4th studio album, Moral Instruction. Now, Falz insisted that he detests transactional sex and will continue to speak out against it in his songs. Here's what he had to say. So let's check this out.
But the second thing is because people keep saying that you love slut shaming. So do you want to talk about that?
Wow, feminists in the building. Shamelessly, I'll continue to say, I detest transactional sex. It's my thing. It's what I believe in. You'll continue to hear it in my music, whether you like it or not. And I'll explain to you. Now, the same feminist that will say that the woman is free to do what she wants to do, and who am I to say to the woman not to put herself up for money, is the same feminist that will say that women are being objectified, and that is not allowed. Now, you are that same person that's going ahead to commodify yourself. You've turned yourself into a commodity. Self-objectification, self-commodification, I detest it, and I'll continue to detest and continue to speak against it. What their argument often is, that I speak about the Ron's girls. I don't often talk about the guys or the Aristo men or whatever. If you're going to talk about a certain epidemic, obviously you're going to use the more popular scenario, the more relatable scenario, and that is why I always use the Ron's girl scenario.
there's too much drama in the world. Meanwhile, shout out to Joey Akan from Universal Records for that
video.
The actual
So
clip.
I feel like I was following him to the extent when he said, you know, why he's not using Aristo Men because you have to use the popular scenarios.
Yes.
So I feel like Falz has such a big platform to educate the masses about the fact that, yes, you know, transactional sex is bad, but then who are the people that are paying for it?
Yeah,
it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
And I feel he can change the narrative with that. So I don't agree with him on that.
And
I
don't get if you watch the clip, he ended up saying, just watch out for the album. I will probably bring out something about
So I'm expecting to see that,
too.
but I don't get the criticism.
Well, the thing
There's
is,
something wrong with the world right now.
Because I know that OJ said that, well, we grew up in a society where things like this were not actually acceptable. But, you know, as we evolve and things are changing, 21st century, the millennials and all that. Well, it shouldn't change, but, you know, it's just like when you're talking about, because people will say, I'm taking it like, you know, a top, you know, taking to the top right now, talking about LGBTQ. I mean, they're so long now and all that. Then they say stuff like, oh, because even what I just said now, if it was America, they'll say, I said it in a derogatory way and all that. So we didn't grow up like that. But then look at what is happening. The world is evolving. We are growing. I mean, but
so do you think it was right for them to criticize him?
Well, I know that what is I know that
the album is talking about everything, from politicians to bad governance.
I think he's doing great.
To crazy things happening in the society.
Okay, now let's just move on already.
Okay,
because we can just be here talking about this all day.
Okay, moving on to this sad one. Indigenous rapper Lord of Ajasa is said to be critically ill. Yes, popular musician Alairo made this known on Instagram when he pleaded to all to come to the aid of the sick rapper who is suffering from peptic ulcer as he urgently needs to undergo surgery. He wrote, "My dear colleagues, our brother, legendary Nigerian Afro-hip-hop artist and pioneer of Yoruba rap, Segun Osaniyi, aka Lord of Ajasa, is critically ill and needs funds to undergo a peptic ulcer operation. He's currently at Ikorodu General Hospital where he is receiving treatment. However, he needs to be moved to a better and more equipped hospital so as to get the best medical attention." Alario further explained that it was Lord of Ajasa's wife who had begged him to speak to colleagues to save her husband. Alario also added, "When I called Ajasa earlier today, Ajasa confirmed that the story is true." It's crazy right now. Our prayers.
No, I'm
are
just so
with
scared
Lord
right now,
Ajasa.
and I hope that people would come to his aid.
Yeah,
I pray that they will come to his aid, and I pray that at the end of the day, he will be fine, because, you know, when things like this happen, we've seen a lot of people pass away.
But on a lighter note, I feel like platforms like Instagram has made it easier for them to raise funds, even like GoFundMe.
Yes, true.
So there is a little hope that people would gather and collectively raise the funds, because the first step is awareness.
Yes,
true. Because without it, we wouldn't have even known that this happened.
But then things like this will continue to happen, and what would even happen at the end of the day when you're an actor, for instance, and then should you have pension plans? Should you have like
that is a very
like
solid
something that you would always run to when you have problems like this? Because, you know, it's always like almost like it's a death sentence already when you fall or you take ill in Nigeria.
Ill,
like what? You get scared,
especially in the entertainment industry.
And then the whole system is just messed up.
Wow. We need to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Honey pots for senator. Anyways, moving on to some more news now. YC confirms exit from Tiny Entertainment. Now, rapper YC has confirmed his exit from Tiny Entertainment. He has also laid all the rumors to rest after many had allegedly said his departure from the label since August 2018. Now, the confirmation was made via his Twitter page in response to a fan who asked if he was still on the label. Now, the fan asked, "You have left Tiny Entertainment," and YC responded with a yeah, Y-E-A-H, that's all. Well, I guess now we know, and then YC has also attained success on his label with singles like Jagaban and Omo Alaji. For those asking what next, YC is currently working on a new project titled Ain't Nothing Better Than ANBT. He'll be releasing a single later this month from the ANBT project, which is due for release later this year.
Okay, so, you know, OJ and I had this conversation a long time ago. Like, we knew, you know, when you follow people
and it was
closely,
even listed amongst our artists that went missing.
Yes, why miss? And then, you know, a celebration. OJ and I went on a particular day for celebration. And so we're sitting there, and then, you know, White C came, and then we're asking this question. But it wouldn't even say anything at that point. Because,
we knew.
But we knew. We knew. Yes, we are watching everybody like that. So if you like, call us wishes, but then we are just doing our job
because
right
he has been quiet for a long time.
and I'm even scared for him because he was somebody I knew at a very, very tender age like that. Like he was still in school and before he even blew at all, they were bringing his songs to me and all that. So now, and
so
then
give us the download since you guys know why. Why did he leave?
No, we talked
about this when we're talking about DJ Lambo leaving Chocolate City. Now this thing occurs regularly in the Nigerian entertainment industry. Artists want to leave their record label, they end up fighting. YC was a nobody when Tiny picked him up in Festac Town and decided to pump money on YC's music career. Now YC has gotten to a level that I feels, from sources, I can't be getting the percentage I used to get before.
But you know one thing, that people would always have their own stories to tell because he would have his own part of it. You would have
Tiny would have their own part
yes,
of it.
Because we're always seeing this
artists and record label, why do they continue to fight every time?
No, it's bound to happen because when an artist is starting with a record label, he's not really looking for the money. He's just looking to blow. So he might take a bad deal, like he might take a 2080 or something.
Why not just
and then
see
later
that deal?
on,
Why not just see that deal through? You signed a 5 years contract. 5
years is a pretty long time.
No,
and then when
so do you now breach the contract?
You can't.
Something that you already signed.
Okay
Now. Except they decide to do something about it.